안녕하세요. 저 스포티비 뉴스 강효진 기자라고
반갑습니다.
하고요. 네, 스칼렛 요한슨께 질문 드리겠습니다. 이번 작품에서 스칼렛이 암벽을 타거나 이제 배에 매달리는 그 주요 액션 시퀀스를 대부분 소화하면서 이제 주도적인 캐릭터를 보여주셨는데, 이런 설정이 시나리오 단계부터 있던 캐릭터인지 아니면은 이제 액션 스타인 스칼렛이 합류하면서 배우 이미지가 반영이 된 덕분인지 궁금하고요. 그 스칼렛이 직접 의견을 내고 준비한 조라 캐릭터 디테일이나 설정 같은 게 어떤 게 있는지 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 그리고 네. 주라기 공원 팬으로서 이번 작품에서 어떤 공룡 제일 좋아하시는지 말씀해 주시면 좋겠습니다.
네, 감사합니다, 기자님. 맞아요. 이게 그 스칼렛 요한슨이 이번에 또 엄청난 액션을 보여주시는데 이게 원래 있었던 건지 아니면 스칼렛 요한슨이 합류를 하면서 생긴 건지 조라에 좀 어떤 영향을 미치셨는지와 가장 좋아하는 공룡. 네.
Well, I'll answer the easiest question. I would say a Triceratops is my favorite dinosaur because I loved it ever since I was a kid because it's so cute. And I was always amazed by the giant head. When you go to the Museum of Natural History in New York and they have this crazy skull and you see the whole frontal part of the skull, and I just was always amazed by that. And they're so cute. I would say the stunt work, you know, it's funny. I'm so used to doing fight choreography and mostly all of the action films that I've done. And in this film, I really spent a lot of time running away and towards the dinosaurs. So it was kind of a relief to not have as much fight choreography. Although Jonathan and I both had to learn how to do the abseiling that you were mentioning, which felt a little counterintuitive at first, just the mechanism of it, but actually was a lot of fun until we were shooting the scene and we were wearing a harness inside of our clothes because we're actually harnessed to a wire rig, like a stunt rig. And then on the outside of our clothes, we had another harness that was supposed to look like our abseiling harness. It was the actual equipment. So wearing two harnesses and hanging, 60 feet in the air or whatever for a full week was, I would say, I've been more comfortable in my life. And as far as Zora's character, it was actually important to me that there was not any sort of that her character story didn't revolve around, her desirability or the male gaze or any sort of romantic, relationship. I was like, if that's not what this movie is really for, and I think the fans would sort of be disappointed. It just didn't feel like it was the time for that. And I feel proud of the fact that, her story doesn't revolve around those things. Not to say that she doesn't have, a particular shine for Jonathan's character, which I think you can feel the chemistry between them, but it feels like a respectful relationship and maybe the opportunity for the beginning of something we don't know.
지금도 말씀하시는데 그냥 가만히만 있어도 매력적인데 어떡하죠?
It's because, you don't have to do much to be charming, you being Scarlett, so.
자, 우리 두 분께도 조나단 그리고 루퍼트 두 배우께도 가장 좋아하는 공룡이 뭔지 좀 여쭤보고 싶어요.
I'm going for the Aquilops, which is Dolores in the film, the very cute little kind of almost tame pet dinosaur. Yeah.
I think it has to be the Dilophosaurus for me, the one that goes. To me, that's the image of Jurassic. I remember it very well when I was 5 years old.
다 좋아하는 공룡이 다르네요. 예.
You each have different favorite dinosaurs, which is very interesting.
감독님 궁금한데요?
Gareth, can you tell us your favorite dinosaur?
I have to be very careful how I answer this question because to get each dinosaur in the movie, we promised them that they were the star of the film. And as now the movie's coming out, the T-Rex has seen the poster with the Mosasaurus in it and the Spinosaurus, and they're getting very jealous of each other. And it's becoming a real problem for Universal Studios to negotiate the contracts for the film. So it's whatever dinosaur I'm in front of. So right now I'm going to say the T-Rex. I mean, actually Scarlett's pretty big up there as well. Maybe Scarlett's my favorite dinosaur.
여러 이해관계들이 있어요.